It's your boy Brian, the Casual Brian, and we are live for another casual podcast. Woo! Sorry for those listening. This was a crazy, crazy weekend. A lot happened. First, I want to say, I want to send my thoughts and prayers. I know everyone's not a big fan of thoughts and prayers, but I'm sending them nonetheless to the people that are affected by the tornadoes in Kentucky. First thing I thought, I have a couple of friends from Kentucky now, which is really cool. Um, And so I just wanted to make sure that their families were okay. So far, everyone's family has been good. So I'm happy to hear that because those storms were absolutely insane. But again, thankful, very thankful that nobody that I know, um, his family has been affected. So yeah, just sending thoughts and prayers. There seems to be lots of different organizations offering ways to help. So I'm going to do my research and find something. And if I find something that I think is good, I'll come on tomorrow and I'll share it with everybody. So um, yeah, yeah, just really just devastating storms, man. I mean, like it's absolutely crazy when you look at what they're showing in the news. It's like, what is that at all? But nature's crazy. Some people would say it's a result of climate change. I think that it's making a pretty strong case, but that I'm not here for that debate today. Yeah, man. So a lot happened this weekend. We had the UFC, crazy upsets. I was completely wrong. You got to eat it. You got to know how. You got to be able to say I was wrong. You know what I mean? I think that's what our country is missing. That humble pie. You got to eat it. I got to eat it. I got it all over my face, all over my face. That humble pie because I was wrong. Your boy was completely wrong, and that's okay. You know what I mean? I don't think I 99 times out of 100 I'm going to make the same predictions. um so yeah, UFC happened, worlds, BJJ worlds, IBJJF. I don't know, I should know that. IBJJF, IBJF, IBJJF. I don't know what it is. The jiu-jitsu world um championships were this weekend. A couple retirements, a couple of upsets, and then a very extremely controversial disqualification happened. Um, NFL was pretty good. The first half of the game. So if you're not a big NFL fan, the way it kind of breaks off is there's the first round of games that happens at 1 o'clock. Then there are the midday games, which happen at 4:25, and then there's the night game. So I didn't watch any of the night game. I missed most of the mid game or the first round of games, but that was okay because my fantasy. Oh, and I lost. I took an L. I took an L, but the team took a W. So my last game of the season was against my good friend Carlos, and he needed the win to get into the playoffs. He probably would have made it even if he would have lost, and my team would have went out balled outstanding. But he got the win. So me, him, and Carl and Colleen are all in the playoffs, which is a huge accomplishment because this was a very, very, very difficult season. Carlos, in particular, he started off terribly. I started off with like I think 2 wins back to back, and then I hit a really nasty streak where I lost like 3 or 4 games in a row. Was able to right the ship, went on a run for 5 or 6 games. And so, yeah, I made the playoffs. We all are going to make the playoffs. I think we're going to be 4, 5, and 6. And from now on, it's like, let's do it. Let's get it. Um, I'm not in love with my chances, but I am happy that I lost this week. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know it's not, there's no logic to it, but I just feel like you want to get that loss. You want your team to kind of dip right before the playoffs because if it would have happened last week, but you never know, it could be a streak. So I'm hoping that I can, get it together. I'm getting a lot of players back. I had a bunch of injuries, and then my running back that I was hoping was going to do good for me, he was playing against a good team where I thought he was going to do good. He got put on COVID protocol. So it's like, come on, COVID. Jesus. We've had enough. Oh, yeah. Anyway, COVID is killing fantasy football. Um, and That's such a privileged thing to say. It's like, oh my god, my fantasy team, COVID. I'm mad at COVID because my fantasy. I don't know what kind of voice that was. It's a little bit of a mature Dexter, like a 13 or 14-year-old Dexter. If you don't know who Dexter is, then we can't be friends. Yeah, so I don't know. There's so much to talk about. So let's just get into it. Let's get started. Omicron is still here, people. Wear your mask. You know what I mean? I don't make the rules. Antoine Dobson says that. I think that's his name. I don't know the guy. That's the guy who's like, I ain't gay no more. I like women's. So if you need to know who that is, look that guy up because he is hilarious. And I can't get enough of him. So we're talking about UFC 269. If you haven't seen it, then it's not on me. They're not spoilers. All right. By this time, you should have had enough time to go look at it. And you just can't put that on me. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my all-time favorite quotes. And there's like only one person I know that like actually gets it. That's my pastor, Daniel. He knew that quote. He knows the quotes from Ricky Bobby. And I feel like a big part of friendship with me is knowing the quotes from Ricky Bobby. You know what I mean? It's just important. It's one of those things that I hold important. Last night I watched with Darcel Four Christmases, um, which is which is so good. I forgot how good it is. It's with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon, and just the craziest scenario with the craziest family members. And again, until I get my setup all the way right, I don't know what I'm looking like. So you know what I mean. Like I guess I'm looking down. Yeah, I guess I have to do that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking down, but I'll look up at the mic. I'm trying to get better at not doing this. You know what I mean? It's a learning experience. It's a process. So let's get into these fights. First off, Olivier. You know what I mean? It kind of happened the way I thought it was going to happen. I was slightly rooting for Dustin because see, like at the end of it, you just feel bad for Dustin. Everyone I talked to today felt bad for Dustin because who knows if he'll get another shot. That was probably as good as he was going to get. But man, Oliveira, it's just so good. He's so technical, and his grappling is on a whole nother level. Now, something that they were talking about today at Marcelo's is it would be dope. I mean, this probably never happened, but if Khabib came back, oh my God, who wouldn't want to see that fight? I know I would. I know I paid money, big money, to see Khabib Oliveira because he's a problem where Khabib is strong. And his submission game is not like anyone else's. So it was a good fight. It kind of went the way I thought. I kind of thought Dustin was a better grappler. I don't want to. That's the problem. I don't want to take away from Dustin's grappling because Oliveira is just so good. It's like someone who went on against Jacare back in the day, or Rodolfo, or like Ryan Hall. Some people have like next level grappling. So if you're just good, you know what I mean? Like for example, Brian Ortega has next level grappling. I still to this day do not know how Alex did not tap to that guillotine. That thing was in. That thing was in. His eyes were coming out of his head. I don't understand how he did it, but he did it. Sometimes people just can will, There's something to say about the human will and perseverance, man. It's but I don't know how he didn't tap to that. That thing was in. That thing was in, and his legs were up, and I was like, "Oh, this is a wrap." And I think he had him in a triangle, if I remember correct. Anyway, so on to the next one. Amanda Nunes. I don't want to take anything away from Pena. She did her thing, but Amanda looked flat. She looked like she was like sleeping on this lady. Excuse me, and I would love to see them run it back. I think she's earned, you know what I mean, a rematch. And I believe that in a rematch, if she comes back sharp, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be she'll be a big problem. She can be a problem. But, like I was saying, even though I was saying that Pena has no shot, the game always catches up. You start eating better, you start making more commercials, people start knowing you, you start getting a little confident. It's hard, man. It's hard. I was listening to a podcast today and it was saying, one of the tests, one of the best tests of wisdom and integrity is success. Because when you're successful, you know what I mean? It's super easy because no one's really going to hold you accountable because they don't want to leave the room. They want to stay in the room where the money resides, where the money resides, where the money resides. They're not trying to leave that room. So no one's really trying to call out somebody, No one's calling out Bezos because they want to stay around my man. So it's tough. You have to have that character and integrity already built up. I mean, Neil, clearly, that guy can bang, man. That guy is, jeez. I do not ever want to get hit by this guy. Cody, I feel sorry for the guy. I only saw the highlight. I need to go back and rewatch the fight. People like that, man, it's like, I don't know how much he has in the tank. He's been through some wars and he's taking some nasty shots. And every time you get, just like KO'd like that. So I didn't know the guy that Sean was fighting, so it's not that impressive to me. I'm happy he won. Um, and he always looks good winning. He always looks good. He beats the people they put in front of him. So you can't take anything away from him. I'm not impressed. I didn't realize that Dom was on the prelims. It's casually disrespectful. Well, but it's like, it's a main fight. It's a pay-per-view, so it's not as disrespectful. You gotta put something on there. And this was good cards. And my boy, he won and he did the boot shot. I almost threw up watching it. God, that's disgusting. He has to come up with something else. I wonder if he has a wife or a girlfriend. Because if my wife was doing shots out of boots, I would be like, baby, you are no kisses for you for at least 48 hours. I mean, like I said, you gotta hope that people are bringing those shoes to just put the beer in. But man, something tells me some of those shoes are straight off the foot and right into the mouth. And that is ultimate level yuck. Yeah, I didn't watch this fight. I didn't get to it in time. I wasn't surprised that Tai Tuivasa won. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, he slept him too. I couldn't get there in time. I was in transit yesterday, so I missed Dom. I don't know, man. I don't know if Dom's playing around. I was a big Dominic Cruz fan. I just like the way he was moving. I like the way he moves. I like his whole style. It's really cool to me. But man, he's a little bit edgy, a little bit chippy, and I'm not a big fan of that. And I don't know what's going on with him in DC, but I am team DC all day, son. All day. All day, every day. You know what I mean? I ride with my boy DC. I'm not tolerating any bad talk about my boy DC. You heard me? You heard me? What if I talk like that for real? I'd probably be from a place where people talk like that. And that would be it. I was having a discussion, and I don't know if this is true for me, but so answer your honest thoughts. If you hear someone speaking a certain kind of way, do you automatically start making assumptions about their intelligence? I think most people do this. Now, and I don't know if it's wrong or right. I think that it's not. Someone can speak a certain way and still be a very intelligent person. It's just all about how you grew up, what you heard. I know some very intelligent people that say Pacific. You know, now it's easy for me to be like, man, if you say Pacific, there's definitely an S there, but I don't know. 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 Life is easy breezy. So, the football games were good. I enjoyed most of the games. I would say the games that I watched the most of were Bucks Bills, which went to overtime, and at the same time, San Francisco did their very best to try to give up the game. They held on, but man, I was like, both teams actually really, because the Bucks were putting it on the Bills. Kind of feel bad for the Bills, you know. I feel like the Bills are better than their record, but you know, only thing that matters is if they make the playoffs. I don't know what place they're in though. Let's see. What am I guessing for? Let's look at the AFC standings. All right, all right. On ESPN. ESPN. Is this okay? I think it's okay. I'm not showing any footage or anything. All right. So we got New England in first, Tennessee also in first, Kansas City. You know, a lot of people were talking a lot of trash about Kansas City. I'm like, fam, they're going to be all right. They have Patrick Mahomes. How is Baltimore still so good? They must have won like 7 games in a row or something. Because every time I look, they look like they've lost. Man, it is tight. It is tight. Look at that. Look at this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams at 7-6. And the Bills are one of them. And Cincinnati. Let's see by division. Let's watch by division. Okay. Okay, here we go. So the Bills are so New England. Good. That's crazy. That's crazy. How crazy is it that New England is good? You got to give it up to Belichick, man. The guy knows what he's doing. He's goated. Easy. Easy breezy. So okay, we got New England, we got Baltimore, we got Tennessee, and Kansas City. Okay. Solid playoffs. And then Bills would probably get in. I can't remember. Does anyone know who has the tiebreaker between Cincinnati and the Browns? And you know what, man? Shoot, Steelers are not far out. They just got to get a win. Oh, they got that tie. Ugh, they don't deserve it. If you get a tie, you don't deserve to get in the playoffs. Well, we can safely say that Houston and Jacksonville have been eliminated. Man, it's just tough. It's tough, you know? Well, a good thing that they're millionaires. Okay, let's see where my Bucks are. Bucks looking good. Looking good, Bucks. Oh, yes, I love it. Man, these 4 teams, Dallas, well, not Dallas. Well, yeah, we'll say Dallas. Dallas, um, Green Bay, Tampa, and Arizona. That's tough right there. Those are some good teams, especially Arizona, man. They look scary. They look kind of like the old school Chiefs. Old school, not old school, like like 2 years ago, old school. Not that old. But man, yeah, man. Playoffs look like they're gonna be good. They look like it's gonna be a good year for playoffs. Playoffs? Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. Just trying to win a game. How about that? One of the best quotes of all time. What do you think is the best quote? Wherever you by the way, I'm sorry. If you're watching on Facebook, let me know if you're watching on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know. Wherever. We're here on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and we are on Twitter. So let me know where you're watching because I want to know so I can get in there and interact with you. I want to get to know you. You see that camera work? I should Casey Neistat it though. Put on sunglasses so you can't really see where I'm watching. That's why he does that. If you didn't know that, he just wears those sunglasses. So I don't think I need. I'm going to stop sharing my window. I don't think I need a screen to talk about IBJJF. Let me look this up. This is ridiculous. I'm embarrassing myself. I'm embarrassing myself. Yeah. I thought I got it right. IBJJF. So look, let me start by saying I am just a simple blue belt. About to be purple though. You better believe it. But as of now, I am just a simple blue belt. All right. I'm not speaking like a master of jujitsu. I'm not speaking like somebody who knows everything. These are just my opinions, and it's more of an entertainment standpoint and with the respect to continuing the growth for jiu-jitsu, which is blowing up and it's great. I think everybody, and I mean everybody, should do jiu-jitsu. But man, it's boring. It's boring and the tactics that people use, it's anti-climactic climatic. It's just boring. And I don't mean that like every match is boring or like, when people are like slowly working through things. Because when you have a gi on and you're playing with high level jujitsu practitioners, it's difficult and it takes time. You have to take your time unwinding everything, breaking connections, having a strategy, I mean, now for sure, the overall game has become more dynamic because more people are joining, more athletic people are joining, more people are coming over from different sports. But man, just sitting there for like 9 minutes and then going for a move in like the 9 minutes and 30 seconds, and that's how you win. I'm not a fan. It's smart. It's smart strategy. I cannot knock the strategy, but I just think that, you got one guy who's trying to pass the guard, trying to open guards, trying, moving, opening up, flowing, putting the pressure on, and then he loses because another person attempts a move or threatens a move. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know if and I don't know if there's a clean, easy solution for the gi because the gi is just a technical sport. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it beautiful. And the movements that you can execute, like the good stuff that happened this weekend was good. Um, you know, but I saw a lot of stuff that I just felt like, because basically, to me, the way the way it's set up, it's designed for you to stall. You know what I mean? If you get like a takedown or if you get a sweep, now for the rest of the time, you're just going to stall. You're just going to sit there and try to hold the person. And that to me, that would be the same as if a football team, two football teams just tried to run the clock out and then be the last team with the ball so they can kick a field goal. Nobody would watch that. Nobody would watch that. That's why I don't know. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's a philosophy. It's a it's about philosophy. Do you think that philosophical question is what we should hold in high esteem excitement, or should we have respect out of respect for the technicality of being in the gi? That should be enough. And I just think that you won't have any casual fans, you know. And I think that if you want to scale any kind of business, any kind of entertainment, you have to have casual fans. That's my whole thing. That's my whole company is the casual brand. You know, helping add people who might not be like. So, for example, they might not train jujitsu every day. Like I like to go every day, but I love it. But maybe they'll train 3 times a week and they'll go to tournaments and watch it. You need people that like it enough, even if they don't love it and they want to devote their whole life to it, they like it enough to go to the events. You know, those are casuals. You need casual fans. That makes up your base. The majority of the people that watch the NBA and the NFL are not diehard fans wearing cheese heads, buying jerseys. I didn't buy a jersey for the NFL 5 years ago, maybe. You know, that was my first NFL jersey ever, and it wasn't just that I didn't get one from my parents. I didn't want one. I didn't care about one. It's like it's not that deep to me. You need casual fans. I am a casual fan of The View. I watch that show. I watch it by myself. I'm not afraid to admit it. But, that tea was really strong. I think there was a delay or something because it was like, but anyway, I wouldn't, go out of my way to watch The View if it's on and I don't have anything to do or there's nothing good. I'll watch The View. I'm going to go home. My wife's going to visit her parents, and so I probably won't watch The View, you know. But when she's here, I watch it because I am a casual fan. You need casual fans, and I feel like the way the IBJJF is set up in the gi, it just alienates casual fans because it's just slow and the strategy is designed to stall. And it's just not fun to watch, you know? That's why I think events like in the no gi events are really popping off because they're fun to watch. Even if you don't really know anything about jujitsu, you can kind of understand, or you can still be entertained by, you know, the jujitsu. Nogi, I think nogi is more entertaining, and so it's a question. You know, it's a question for jujitsu practitioners to ask and answer. What is it that we want? Do we want more casual fans so that we can get more money into the sport so that we can pay the athletes more? Or do we want to, stay true to what we believe are the principles? And it seems like people have a lot of trouble or issues with the IBJJF. One thing, like, for example, they disqualified somebody for flicking a bird. I can't remember his name. It's Nicholas Magnavel. I can't remember. But this gentleman flicked, you know, put his middle finger up, and he was given a disqualification for that. I don't believe he was warned. I think that there's a rule against obscene gestures. I don't know how obscene that gesture is, but my main thing is immediately afterwards he was palm strike. He got hit in the face twice, straight on. And that guy wasn't disqualified. That guy actually went on to win gold. So it's my thought is like, come on, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? I get it. You want to set an example, and it's up to you. You decide the character you want represented at in your events and in your league. But man, come on. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of training. Disqualifying somebody from the finals over flicking the bird over a obscene gesture. I don't get it. But it's not my event. So I got 3 minutes left. I want to talk a little bit. I'm going to end with manga, because this week's manga was extremely good. Let me share my window. Sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. I started watching South Park, the COVID special, which was so good, but I fell asleep because I was tired. I was tired, man. I woke up this morning and I was tired. Just felt down. Not down. No, I didn't feel down. I felt just tired. All right, let me set the record straight. All right, so I got my shonen up. I'm not gonna show you all the stuff because I'll get flagged, but I'm just gonna go towards the end. So spoilers, okay? Spoilers. All right, you have enough time. All right, get out of here. Get out of here if you don't want to be spoiled, because I'm about to spoil it up. So if you don't know what's been happening, they found out that Aoyama, I think that's how you say his name, Aoyama, is the traitor, the UA traitor. And, he's basically like, I'm a bad person, I'm a villain, and people are upset with him. And then Deku comes in with the speech of all speeches. You know what else? I'm about to throw out a spoiler here. I think that these two people right here, you see what horticulture is doing right there? I think that he's implying that they're the oh no, I think we saw them. Never mind. I was about to start a ridiculous fan theory, but it would have been a good one. It would have been a good one. Anyway, so he starts going in right here. Why'd you try to save Kakchan and Tokoyami back in the forest, And then these cheeses. So if you remember back when he had that, he was watching Deku at night, and then he left him those cheeses. He was, I agree with Deku. He was actually doing that as like a SOS, like help me, But bro, this scene right here, the left panel, take my hand. If nothing else, we can choose how to enter this fight. Deku, I get it now. You can still be a hero. Bam. With the You Can Be a Hero music playing in the background. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for this scene. I think I'm gonna cry. I cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I cried reading that. I just thought that was one of the most beautiful panels ever written. Ever. Look at this. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's amazing. I just love this. People really sleep on My Hero. At the beginning, everybody was a big fan. Everybody loved it, and then it kind of, it kind of hit the brake a little bit, and it wasn't bringing out bangers. And then there was a lot coming out too. Tokyo Revengers popped off, Jujutsu Kaisen popped off, but man, coming out of the My Villain Academia, next level. I mean, I already thought that the um, overhaul arc was amazing. One of the best things I've ever read and watched. I mean, I read it and was blown away, and then when I watched it, I was like, I seeing it for the first time. It was so good, so good. But this chapter right here was amazing. I don't want to show too much because I don't want to, I don't want to get popped. Who knows what'll happen? But man, oh my goodness, such great writing. He's a great writer. Great, great, great. Great, great, great. So anyway, that's my show, my stream for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. That's you. Yes. Follow, I guess, is appropriate in some places. Follow, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment, man. Let me know where you're at so I can say what's up to you. For whatever reason, it doesn't show the Facebook comments. So I end up reading a lot of those afterwards, but I still enjoy reading them. So drop me a comment and I will definitely get back to you. Yep, I'll be on tomorrow. Ooh, actually, when I say that, I'll be on tomorrow, but it won't be at 4. I will be flying to the great state of Florida tomorrow. So, no. But yeah, I'll be in Florida. So I'll probably do my stream from Florida. And yeah, and then we're going to pick it back up at 4 p.m. moving forward from there. So have a great day. Big love for everybody. Again, I'm going to look into some things, some places where you could give for Kentucky. Thoughts and prayers, man. That's just devastating natural disaster. So anyway, have a great day. Until the next time, stay casual.